Okay, I've got my screws ready. My screwdriver ready. I'm going to put my washers on the screws, and I didn't have enough fender washers. I'm going to put one over here at the end, and I've got two other ones. I'm going to put that over here. He might have more weight over off the outside of the toilet, but I mean, either way, I shouldn't really even have to worry about that, should I? 75 pounds holding power each screw, and I should be fine with that. Okay, now if you had a helper, obviously now's the time to have him help you and stuff, but I don't, so I'm just going to do it the best way I can here. Hold it up there. And if I had the power screwdriver, I could ram those in, but again, I'm just going to get this first one going. Okay, I'll get it kind of snug. Now I can come across over here to this end one and do that, and I'll do these two. And see, make sure you're paying attention. Don't put too long of a screw in there, you know, to hit that pipe or whatever. And that washer is fitting right on in there. Okay, now before I make those tight, get it up there a little bit. I'm gonna make it snug. And it looks like I'm pretty good about where I'm at, up and down. Now I can take my torpedo level, if you have one, and I can hold that up there and look at that. And it looks like this right hand side needs to go down, the left hand side needs to go up ever so slightly. I'm gonna lower that one a little bit. And I may not even have to do anything with that one just yet. It looks like I've got to raise that up. If you can't push this one down any further, raise the other side up. Okay? Okay, I got to raise it up a little bit. See, you still have to do these leveling and measuring again once you get your first ones. And I went up just a hair too high. I only have to worry about these two screws rather than all these other ones right now, right? Okay, I'll look at that again. That looks like it's perfect. Now, you don't trust that level because it's a cheapo plastic one and you got the other one. Just gonna set that on there and check that at this level. And that looks pretty good. Looks like if anything, this side could go down. Sometimes these bubbles get off too. I'm flipping it around. The same thing. It looks like that side's got to go down or this side's got to go up a little bit. I think I trust this level more than the little plastic one. But if you just got the plastic torpedo, that should be fine. You know, I'm still looking at that. That's perfect. Because the further away you go, the more distance you have. So this level is only reading, 9 inches wide at that point. So you move it just a tip and it'll be better. 2-footer, you've got more ability there. And I'm going to check that on there. And son of gun, it looks just fine. And now, I know that's, measure from the ceiling on down, like we did to the center. I got 82 1/4. That's because I'm measuring to that now. This side should be close to that, and voila, it's right there. And that's 37 1/2. I measured the other one, 37 1/2 from the ground up to the center point, and that's what we got. We split the difference on the toilet tank. I'll get this stuff moved. Just have you look at that real quick. You can't really see it because I'm not right in front of the toilet, but I got it centered on there, and it matches the other bathroom. That's where he wanted it. I would have put it down a little bit lower, but hey, give the customer what they want, baby. Okay. Now I can go ahead and cinch those screws up a little bit, make them snug. All right. 75 pounds holding power, just that one screw. Okay. So we've got our other screws now we can put in. We've got the big fender washer, and if anything, the weight is on the top, so I'm going to put the big fat washer up here on the top. The bottom one is more so as a hinge factor. Doesn't really matter. I'm explaining too much now. You don't really need to know that kind of stuff for this. And you hear it kind of pop. That's breaking. The screw's breaking the back side of that plastic anchor. Make that snug. And there you go. It took me longer to explain this than it actually does in real time to put one in. You know? All I've used is really my screwdriver, tape measure, pencil, a little level, but you don't need a level, and a scratch-all. If you don't have a scratch-all, you could get by with just this small little screwdriver and use that as a scratch-all. Okay. Alright, almost done with this one. There's no way. Someone out there might look at this and say, hey Joe, how come you didn't put that in wood backing? Why didn't you move that over to the stud over here? Well, either way, first off, it's not going to be centered. Secondly, one of them is not going to be on a stud. And if you do get it on a stud, you've got 3 opportunities with these screws on hitting the stud, because you may not necessarily, even if you put the stud, put the grab bar right in the middle, you might be able to get it if you angle all the screws up, you know. But if you don't get that chance, the grab bar starts getting in your way or something, then you're not going to hit all 3 screws in there. But this is going to work just fine, especially, like I say, over the toilet. Where is that going to go? It's not going to go anywhere. And I'd be more inclined to do it a slightly different way on the edge, on the side of the toilet, because you're going to have more holding power over there, getting up and off the toilet. This one is kind of supporting you as you're turning and getting around on the toilet and stuff. You're not going to put as much force here with your arm, because you're not straight up over it like that. Even if you were, you'd have a hard time breaking this off the wall. Okay? Now the only thing we got to do is snap these trim covers on, and we're done. Now as for the trim covers, will they snap on in any direction? I don't know if they will or not, but I'm going to try to look and see where the grooves are and see where that lines up. It looks like right there. Okay, now I can gently snap that, and now I can swivel this a little bit. Okay. And that's just how it's going to fit. It's not going to be any tighter than that. Yeah, you can move it around on the sheetrock. Somewhere it's going to fit tighter. See it fit tighter right there because of the bulges of the spray texture and all that. Okay. But there's a point where it's going to get loose. Okay. You open and close the door. Maybe you hear that. You don't like that. Try turning this in a fashion. Hold your mouth just right, and there it is. Yay. I'm going to look at this one. Snap it on there, turn that, and there it is. Okay? Oh yeah. This is working good. I like it.